Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Keene. Nick Anastas with you, getting set for the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III State Championship game. It's undefeated Fall Mountain against Gilford. Neutral court here at Keene State University. Crowd continuing to file in. Let's start with Fall Mountain, undefeated. As I mentioned during the regular season, 16-0, 2 postseason tournament wins on top of that. Means an 18-game win streak is on the line. They look to go for the crown after coming up just short last year in the state championship where they fell to St. Thomas. For Gilford, they've had themselves a nice season as well. The number 3 seed, 15-3 during the regular season, and now 6 straight wins. That includes the last 3 in this tournament. Victories over Campbell, Hopkinton, and Monadnock. Under head coach Scott Currier, looking for their first championship since 2009. Let's send things down to the floor for the introduction of the players and the national anthem.
As we encourage them to demonstrate good sportsmanship, we'd also like to ask that you, our fans, help make this event a meaningful one for our athletes by showing respect for your team, the opposing team, the coaches, and officials. In the unlikely event of an emergency or fire alarm activation, all occupants will leave the trees and these the nearest exit. Exits are located on both sides of the gym. Now, let's start in line. For Gilford, number 5, Addison Walsham. For Fall Mountain, number 1, Jenna Williams. For Gilford, number 22, Penelope Lewis. For Fall Mountain, number 3, Kelsey Williams. For Gilford, number 15, Grace Scott. For Fall Mountain, number 11, Riley Jackson. For Gilford, number 3, Sky Maltese. For Fall Mountain, number 15, Abby Jordan. For Gilford, number 33, Abigail Wilson. And for Fall Mountain, number 22, Sophia Rose. We will leave you with head coach Scott Curry. He is assistant line, Celeste Best, and team manager Jason Howard. Roll us as the head coach Matt Manfredi. He is assistant line, Trey and Sarah. The officials of tonight's game are James Wicker, Bruce Beeson, and Pat Manfredi. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for playing our national anthem.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Get ready to elevate your game. At New England Football Academy, they don't just train athletes, they build champions. They're closing the recruiting gap in New Hampshire and across New England with elite-level coaching that sharpens skills, strengthens mindset, and unleashes next-level performance. Based in Manchester, New England Football Academy offers one-on-one sessions, small groups, and full-team training, giving every athlete the tools to lead, compete, and dominate at every level. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit their Instagram at NEF Academy 603. Your journey to becoming elite starts now.
Well, there it is, the national anthem here at the Owl's Nest, nickname for the gymnasium here at Keene State University. Nick Anastas with you, getting set for the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III State Championship game between Fall Mountain and Gilford. The Wildcats, the top seed, they're in their home whites tonight on the neutral floor, looking for their 19th straight victory to finish off an undefeated season, on a mission after losing in this spot a year ago. Head coach Matt Baird Torney has got a veteran squad, 8 seniors on Fall Mountain, several of them in the starting lineup. Jenna Fillion is one of the guards, 5'5". She's a senior. Riley Beckwith will play the middle, 5'9" senior. Abby Jarvis, classmate, senior, 5'6", one of the forwards. Sophie Grillone will run the show. She's the point guard, 5'5", senior. And Kelsey Fillion, 5'6", one of the wings, is also, you guessed it, a senior. Gilford, the number 3 seed, looking for their 7th straight win, hoping for a quote-unquote upset here in their road blues. 4 seniors, 4 juniors on this balanced squad. It's going to be the Wildcats who win the tip. Fall Mountain on the attack early. Shot for Galone, and the paint is off the rim, tipped out of bounds, and now it'll be Golden Eagle possession. Scott Courier roaming the sidelines. Fall Mountain setting up in a zone press here, a 1-2-1-1. This is Addison Hodgson, one of the 2 freshmen on the squad in the lineup. Abigail Watson helping out here, now takes over as Fall Mountain falls back here defensively. First possession for Gilford. This is Sky Maltese, one of the 4 seniors, but that's a turnover in the corner. Fall Mountain with the takeaway. Grillone, elbow pull-up up and in. Sophia Grillone expected to play a big role tonight. Meanwhile, this one tipped away and stolen. Jenna Fillion with the steal over to Kelsey Fillion, who is knocked down after her shot is blocked. No foul there, according to the officials. By the way, 3 veteran officials on hand here. Dave Schwinger, Bruce Sprague, and Evan Wilder. Quick shot off the inbound. A banker, a little too strong there for Beckwith. A rebound taken on the opposite end by Watson. Now the pull-up 3. Hodgson can't get that one, a little too strong, and it's recovered in the paint by Abby Jarvis for Fall Mountain. 2-0 Wildcats here. First minute in the books. Coach Courier says hands up to the defense. Quick 3 for Grillone, a little short from the wing, and it's pounced upon by Penelope Lewis for the Golden Eagles. Gilford getting into the front court here, looking to get on the board, trailing 2-0. Hodgson puts it on the deck. Fall Mountain in the zone, looking to trap on the wings. And Lewis in trouble, gives it away. Second takeaway by Fall Mountain. Wildcats hoping to cash in here. Spallone off the ball fake. Little leaner scooper off the glass. Her second field goal makes it 4-0. Spallone coming out aggressive here early, 2 minutes in. Lewis takes a short pass as the Wildcat defense again pestering in the backcourt. Gilford looking to slow it down here. Maltese tries to avoid two defenders. That frees up a shot for Hodgson. No good off the back iron. Flying in for the rebound is Jarvis, her second rebound. Grelon going to slow it down. Swung over, Genifilian, three-pointer, up and in. No hesitation there for the senior. Catch and fire, and it's 7-0 Fall Mountain. Timeout, Gilford. Now back-to-back possessions resulting in buckets for the Wildcats. As after Grelon got them on the board, short jump shot made it 4-0, and then defense not quite set. Genifilian pulls the trigger on a nice high arcing three with the assist from Jarvis. So the top seed out to the fast start, much to the delight of the fans here. A little bit of a drive for some of the Fall Mountain fans, but they're here, and they are, well, most of them are supporting the team by wearing the team colors, maroon and white. And ironically here, sitting behind the Gilford bench on the far side, or rather behind both benches, I suppose, on the near side of the gym. On the far side, you see a lot of blue. Those are the Gilford fans who made the drive from the Lakes area. All right, 7-0. Golden Eagles out of the timeout, hoping to get on the board. Maltese finds a shooter in the corner, and Watson has the stroke. That's a long two just in front of the three-point line. Gilford breaks the spell. They're on the board. 7-2 Fall Mountain. 3 minutes in here, first quarter. Gilford in a zone here at 2-3. Fall Mountain taking their time in the diagnosis. Now a deep three off target from the point guard Grelon, and a foul is called in the paint on the rebound attempt. Secured by Gilford's Lewis, who was then hit. Aubrey Thomas, who just checked in for Fall Mountain, picks up the first foul for either team here. That allows Fall Mountain to set up the press. It's broken. Hodgson to the corner. This one intended for Flanders Penelope, the other freshman for Gilford, who just checked in but took her eye off the ball there. Third Gilford turnover. 7-2 Fall Mountain. Wildcats trying to go inside here. Tough catch. Jarvis surrounded, throws it off the knee of one of the defenders. Heads up play by the 5'6" senior. Coach Currier again trying to direct the defense. The other end of the floor, Fall Mountain head coach Matt Beard. Corny likes what he sees there with the three-pointer. Another bucket for Genifilian, her second from downtown, as she has come out hot here. 10-2, largest lead for Fall Mountain, and another takeaway. Able to jump the bounce pass. The center comes up with the steal there. That's the fourth Fall Mountain takeaway. Trying to cash in on the other end. Patient trip here. Jarvis may have traveled. Yes, she did. Little hitch there on the landing. First Fall Mountain turnover. Another Gilford sub, Lucy Akerstrom, has come on. 5'9" sophomore, the only sophomore on the Gilford roster. Again, the 1-2-1-1 press causing chaos in the backcourt, and that's a travel against Gilford's Penelope. The Fall Mountain pressure has looked impressive so far. Their two tournament victories, they have not allowed a team to score more than 40. In fact, held White Mountain in the quarter to 36. That was the high water mark. Prospect Mountain only scored 25 in the semis. Meanwhile, a three-pointer for Abby Jarvis. She's already put in some work on the glass with a couple of rebounds. Gets her first field goal there to make it 13-2 Fall Mountain. Meanwhile, this one is a three-pointer. Won't go from the top of the arc for Lewis. Second try on the fadeaway is short for Penelope. And ultimately, Fall Mountain gets the rebound as Genifilian gets to it. 13-2 as we close in on 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. Fall Mountain has come out swinging. Fillion, good ball movement, near side. Long three for Thomas, no. There on the glass again is Lewis for her second rebound. Watson has to spin away from Grelone. Hooks up with Hodgson. Up the sidelines now into the low post. Akerstrom's first shot is too strong, and a good box out on the weak side by Jenna Fillion. Long pass up the floor. Thomas thought about it. Pulls it back out instead for Fillion. 13-2 Fall Mountain. Jarvis is whacked. And the foul occurred during the shot as Abby Jarvis able to get the defender out of position. Going to head to the free throw line for the first time. First team foul against Gilford. As it goes against Kiera Walker, who, well, it said Kiera Walker, but Walker not on the floor at the moment. Meanwhile, the free throw is good for Jarvis. First free throw attempts of the game either way, 2 for 2. Jarvis with 5 points early, 15-2. Fall Mountain's lead growing here late in the first quarter, 2.5 to go. And again, the press dealt with successfully by Gilford. They've done a nice job. Hodgson going to put it on the deck. Coach Currier, hands on his knees near the scorer's table. Gilford running the weave here up top. Watson over the top, Hodgson into the paint. Little scooper off the front iron. The rebound off the bounce goes to Fillion. Fall Mountain gets another stop. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Big lead already on the board. Fillion, three straight away. Is a front iron miss. That ball may have been tipped. It was. And last touch by Gilford on the way out of bounds. Meanwhile, subs both ways. Fall Mountain will take Thomas off the floor as Kelsey Fillion returns. Three-pointer, near side, off the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Well, the 5 in blue for Gilford right now. Starters Watson, Hodgson, Penelope, who checked in earlier. Maltese is the player back in the lineup, and that pass intercepted, intended for Maltese. Taken away by Fillion. 6 steals here for Fall Mountain in the first quarter. Banker up and in. It's Grelone able to split defenders. 6 points for Grelone. She's the high scorer, and another Gilford timeout has been called. Well, defense to offense here for Fall Mountain. 6 takeaways defensively, and then you see there, splitting the double team at the top of the key. Grelone leans into another field goal. The third make in this first quarter. And I presume she called glass there. Minute 26 remaining. Opening frame, 17-2. Fall Mountain out in front. As we take a look at Gilford head coach Scott Currier in the Golden Eagle huddle. Not the start he hoped his team would get off to here at Keene State. Fall Mountain seemingly on a mission after losing in the championship round last year to St. Thomas. They went undefeated, really breezed through the regular season, 16-0. Then tournament wins over White Mountain and Prospect Mountain in the quarters and semis respectively. And you see here a sea of maroon as the Fall Mountain fans have turned out. All right, out of the timeout, Gilford again facing pressure in the backcourt. Hodgson able to tiptoe the sideline. Hodgson penetrates, kicks, three-pointer for Penelope is ruled out of bounds after hitting the iron and then hitting the metal brace near the shot clock. Wildcats with a 17-2 lead. A little bit of token pressure from Gilford. They fall back into a zone. Three-pointer, Kelsey Fillion. Good look out from the wing. No, Jarvis the rebound and put back. Jarvis putting in work here. 7 points, 3 rebounds. And meanwhile, this one again out of bounds and turned over by Gilford. The pass comes in hot. Penelope loses it off her leg. Penelope out of the game for a moment. Gonna have a word at the top of the bench with Coach Currier. 2-3 zone here for Gilford. Final 40 seconds, first quarter. High post, Jarvis, high arcing shot. Back iron miss, but there's Grillone on the weak side rebound. Second try, Grillone for three. Well, Grillone putting on a shooting exhibition here. 9 points in this first quarter, 22-2. As this pass is batted away out of bounds. Jarvis gets her hand in the passing lane and swats it into the Fall Mountain bench. Defense has been spry here by the ladies in white. Meanwhile, Watson able to draw a foul. Good move off the dribble. Abigail Watson, the 5'6" senior, going to head to the free throw line. Gilford's first free throws will come here with just inside of 15 seconds to play in the quarter. First shot no good off the back iron. One more for the right-hander is around the rim and out. Kelsey Fillion with her first rebound for Fall Mountain. Wildcats looking for one more shot here. Final seconds, first quarter. Grillone, Kelsey Fillion, three-pointer is off the front rim. Ball tracked down by Grillian, knocked out of bounds, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. A hot start for Fall Mountain, the top seed with a big lead after one quarter, 22-2 here at Keene State. More in a moment. You are watching the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III Championship right here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, broadcasted in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Get ready to elevate your game. At New England Football Academy, they don't just train athletes, they build champions. They're closing the recruiting gap in New Hampshire and across New England with elite-level coaching that sharpens skills, strengthens mindset, and unleashes next-level performance. Based in Manchester, New England Football Academy offers one-on-one sessions, small groups, and full-team training, giving every athlete the tools to lead, compete, and dominate at every level. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit their Instagram at NEF Academy 603. Your journey to becoming elite starts now.
Start of the second quarter here in Keene. Fall Mountain 22-2 over Gilford in this 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball State Championship game. It's the D3 final. An undefeated Fall Mountain has brought their A game. 16-0 during the regular season. Looking for a 19th straight win when you add in the tournament victories. And after one quarter, looking like the team to beat here. 22-2 on the board. inside Jarvis, 2 more. Abby Jarvis doing it inside and outside. 3rd field goal. And now 9 points. To go with 3 rebounds and another takeaway, by the way, right here. It's the 8th Gilford turnover. Fall Mountain has made them pay on the other end, shooting a high percentage in that first quarter. I'm sure head coach Matt Bay-Tierney, 20, was pleased. Meanwhile, a foul inside, and it's going to send Sierra King to the free throw line. King coming off the bench here in this first half. One of 8 seniors on the Fall Mountain roster. A veteran group that lost in the championship game last year against St. Thomas. As we see there, the foul going against Guilford's Grace Scott. 5'9" junior just came on. Free throw is good for King. 4th different Fall Mountain player to score here in the first half as the lead continues to grow, 25-2. That shot, a little side spin there off the back rim and out of bounds. It's Gilford ball. Coach Currier going to continue to cycle in subs here. He's got a deep rotation. Gilford, a team that won 15 games during the regular season. By the way, these 2 teams did not play during the regular season. This pass picked off in the backcourt. Grelone, 1 dribble, goes up, no, follows and fades, no, slapped away again before it's finally controlled by Penelope for Gilford. All the way, it's Hodgson. Wild shot off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound for Fillion. Fillion going to take it coast to coast and get rejected in the paint. Grelone is there again. Back out, 3-pointer Jarvis, high arcing miss from the wing, cleared by Maltese for Gilford. Gilford wants to run. Hodgson, left side, banker good for Lewis. A transition basket for Gilford as they look to climb out of this hole here with a minute gone by in this second quarter. 25-4 is the Fall Mountain lead. Still a 2-3 zone here for the Golden Eagles defensively. And we got a trap here and a jump ball. Fillion tied up. Possession arrow keeps it. Good Fall Mountain. Meanwhile, Coach Baird Torney going to take Jarvis out of the game for the first time. She gets a well-deserved round of applause on her way to the bench. Nearly 2 minutes in, second quarter. Grelone off the crossover. Jump shot in the lane. It's no good off the back iron. Weak side board cleared by Watson. Played well here in this first half. And Lewis into the corner. Open shot. Maltese's 3 won't go. There's a good rebound for Beckwith off the box out. Fall Mountain the other way. Grelone with a crossover at midcourt. Hooks up with Jenna Fillion, who's ready to fire, but that 3 a little short. Grelone another rebounder, 4th. Second chance perhaps on the way for Fall Mountain. Kelsey Fillion penetrates. King cut off on the baseline. Lost it off her foot. No, last touch by the defender. Good effort defensively by Gilford, cutting off a couple different penetration attempts there. Fall Mountain taking their time trying to find a good shot. King puts it on the deck. And now back out to the point guard, Grelone. Eyes on the rim. Little head fake. Comes near side. Kelsey Fillion off the crossover. Leans into the help defender. And draws a foul near the basket. Good move there. Kelsey Fillion looking to get her name in the scorer's book here after running into resistance near the iron. Second foul, by the way, against Sky Maltese for Gilford. Free throw good for Fillion, the 5th different Wildcat to score here in this first half. More subs for Fall Mountain. Emma King going to come on. Two for two trip for Kelsey Fillion. Well, a quick shot at the other end won't go for Hodgson. Hodgson able to slap it loose and come up with a steal. Does not quit on the play, and now we have a foul here against Fall Mountain. You see there the exchange. Hodgson on the lean. Couldn't get it. Kelsey Fillion thought she had cleared the rebound, but a steal from behind leads to another Gilford possession. Hodgson floats it over the top. 3-pointer for Lewis. It's a back iron miss. Weak side rebound for Thomas, but she's tied up. Job by Maltese to force the jump. Gilford going to keep it right here. 3 minutes in, second quarter. Fall Mountain still with a big lead, 27-4. Gilford going to chip away, though, as Maltese gets her first basket off the glass. Well executed out-of-bounds play there. Meanwhile, Grelone hooks up with King, and the lefty buries a long two. Emma and Sierra both contributing off the bench here, the Kings, helping the Wildcats to a 29-6 lead. Grelone, meanwhile, comes away. Long pass up the floor for Thomas. The layup attempt is no good. Good defensive effort by Lewis. Leads to a Watson rebound. Now Lewis keeps it inbounds here. Along the sideline. Up top, Hodgson looking to go to the basket and draws a foul. Hodgson then in attack mode. And Addison's going to head to the free throw line for the first time. The 5'3" freshman. Knocked down, as we see on the replay, by Riley Beckwith, who picks up her first foul. 2 team fouls each way as we near the midway point of this second quarter. Hodgson's shot is no good. One more for the freshman. 29-6, Fall Mountain. They have led throughout this first half. Empty trip at the line there. Rebound cleared by Thomas. Fall Mountain looking for some offense now to try to take their largest lead of the first half. 4 minutes to play until the break. Inside out, Jarvis back in, ready to shoot. Three-pointer no good. Grelone again on the glass. Three-pointer off target. Finally, it's a defensive rebound for Lewis. Well, Watson going to go all the way to the rim, collides with Beckwith. There's no whistle. Jarvis going to pick up the loose basketball. Another takeaway for Fall Mountain. Beckwith for three. No good. A good look, though, from the wing. Rebound for Lewis. Gilford looking for some offense here. Hodgson trying to give it to him. Elbow shot, no. This one batted out of bounds. And last touch by Gilford. Coach Bear Tierney, he likes the effort. His defense has been excellent throughout this tournament and have been outstanding throughout this first half so far as well. Challenging shots, forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. They have looked just as good as the score would indicate. Been efficient here on this end as well. They try to go inside, but it's batted away. Poked loose, stolen. Only the third turnover for Fall Mountain in this first half. Gilford trying to cash in on the other end. Emma Horton has come on, one of the 4 seniors. Meanwhile, Lewis, a good look at an open three. Can't hit from straight away. Tipped out of play, and now back over to Fall Mountain. Inside of 3 minutes to play until halftime. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, full recap as well. And we'll preview the boys as well, the championship game in Division III. Coming up on this floor, championship doubleheader. Of course, we'll have coverage of that one as well as Mascoma Valley. Going to take on Gilford there. All right, Fall Mountain take their time, or will they? Spallone gets inside of one defender, picks up the dribble, and loses it. Good defense there by Gilford. Now foul at midcourt. No, a travel at midcourt. And it was Akerstrom who ended up with the basketball there. And as we get a look, couldn't quite corral the pass there. Gilford hopes for a stop as they settle back in the 2-3 zone. Nearing the 2-minute mark here. And we got a foul. Hodgson draped all over Grelone on that play. No argument from the freshman. Third team foul against Gilford. Break this one down. Grelone scored all 9 of her game-high 9 points in that first quarter. Abby Jarvis sharing game-high honors with her teammate with 9 as well. Here is Jarvis, one dribble into the corner for Thomas. Looks for help over the top. Now an open three for Jenna Fillion. He's up and in. No, it's a 2. foot on the line. Fillion has been that quote-unquote third scorer. Her 8 points have been big for Fall Mountain as we see a collision near midcourt and a foul against the Wildcats. Come with an even 2 minutes remaining. Foul on Beckwith. Beckwith's first. Nobody in real foul trouble either way. Meanwhile, the officials are going to get together here. Coach Currier has a concern at the head of the Golden Eagle bench. Largest lead on the board for Fall Mountain, 31-6. It was 22-2 after the first quarter. Inside, it's Beckwith, triple team, back out to Fillion. Around the horn it goes. Jarvis back inside, Beckwith leans in. Wild shot there is ruled out of bounds over the top of the backboard. Golden Eagles have played pretty good defense here in this second quarter, bare minimum. 3 of Fall Mountain's 4 turnovers have come in the frame. Meanwhile, a long pass batted away, and it's Jarvis who gets to it for Fall Mountain. Let's get the fans fired up. Grillone leans in, can't get the lefty bank attempt. There's Jarvis trailing the play, gets to it on the bounce. Long 3, no good. Watson's there on the weak side board, her 4th for Gilford. Coming up on the final minute before halftime. Gilford hoping to cut into the deficit a little bit before the break, but won't get it there. Jump shot for Penelope, no good. And Grillone gets by Hodgson. Hooks up with Jarvis, 3-pointer, no good. And again, it's ruled out of play after touching the backboard. Touching the shot clock rather on the top of the backboard. Seen that a couple of times in this first half. Sub for Gilford. Ackerstrom gets a well-deserved break, as does Lewis. Well, Hodgson trying to avoid a double team, pass over the top off the fingertips of Penelope and turn back over. As that press continues to give the Golden Eagles trouble. Fall Mountain has looked good defensively here. Final 40 seconds. And perhaps a patient trip on the way here as Grillone had an open shot, goes instead to Thomas. Thomas's bounce pass stolen away. Grace Scott with the theft for Gilford. And now an errant pass gives it right back. Thomas on the steal. Final 20 seconds. Coach Baird Torney may want the final shot. I think so. Gilford content in the zone here for the moment. 10 seconds. Grillone, 3-pointer. No good. Ball up for grabs near side. Scooped up by Beckwith. Throws it off the leg of the defender with 3.5 remaining. Fall Mountain going to call a timeout. Coach Baird Torney wants to draw it up here. 3.5 seconds remaining. Fall Mountain has looked every bit as good as that score would say. 31-6. Shot a high percentage in that first quarter. They've got 3 different players approaching double figures. They have forced 13 Gilford turnovers. And that 1-2-1-1 full court press has been effective. Meanwhile, for Gilford, they have not quit. Scrapping here defensively, going after loose balls, and forced a number of turnovers here in this second quarter themselves. They've also rebounded the basketball well in this first half, but it has not happened on offense. 31-6. And they get a chance for the Wildcats to extend the lead before halftime. Jarvis, the inbounder on the baseline. Over the top for Grillone. That's a long 3. She'll pull the trigger and almost had it. Jarvis the rebound, but won't get the second shot off in time. That'll do it. A big first half for Fall Mountain. The top seed with a comfortable lead at the midway point. 31-6 here in Keene. Coming up, full recap of that first half. Stats, highlights, analysis, plus a preview of the boys' championship between Mascoma Valley and Gilford. That's all on the way. Fall Mountain 31, Gilford 6 at halftime. You are watching the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III State Championship game. Right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasted in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Get ready to elevate your game. At New England Football Academy, they don't just train athletes, they build champions. They're closing the recruiting gap in New Hampshire and across New England with elite-level coaching that sharpens skills, strengthens mindset, and unleashes next-level performance. Based in Manchester, New England Football Academy offers one-on-one sessions, small groups, and full-team training, giving every athlete the tools to lead, compete, and dominate at every level. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit their Instagram at NEF Academy 603. Your journey to becoming elite starts now.
Well, back here at halftime, with Fall Mountain holding a commanding lead over Gilford, 31-6, as we get set for the start of this third quarter. Nick Anastas with you, the rest of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire family, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Fall Mountain, the number one seed in this Division III tournament, and looking like it through 16 minutes. Head coach Matt Bear-Torney saw his team get out to a scorching start, a 22-2 lead after one quarter of play. Sophia Grillone scored all 9 of her points in the first half in that first quarter. She was also the leading rebounder after one half of play. The point guard pulled in 6 boards. Abby Jarvis, her senior classmate, helped extend the Fall Mountain lead early in the second quarter. She has 9 at the break to go with 5 rebounds, and Jenna Fillion chipped in with 8 points and 3 rebounds. Golden Eagles trying to get some offense going in that second quarter, balanced attack at least. Maltese, Lewis, and Watson each scored in that first half. Turnovers an issue for Gilford with 13. Fall Mountain just 5 giveaways, and of course that 1-2-1-1 press from Fall Mountain was tough for Gilford to handle at times. Wildcats looking to cap off an undefeated season, 16-0 in the regular season. Tournament wins over White Mountain and Prospect Mountain, trying to avenge a loss in last year's state championship when they fell to St. Thomas. Meanwhile, for Gilford, it's their first championship game appearance on the girls' side, at least, in over a decade. They were runners-up in 2015, and their last state championship came in 2009. Good season, though, for Gilford. 15-3 during the regular campaign, arriving here via a 6-game win streak. We begin the third quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Fall Mountain. Starting fives on the floor both ways yet again. This one tipped away. It's the freshman Hodgson with the steal, and the right-hand layup won't go off the rim. Watson the follow, no good off the glass. And now a tie-up in the paint and a jump ball. Heck of a play by Watson on the steal. The layup just an inch or so off target. Good job by Watson to keep it alive as well. Meanwhile, Hodgson lost her balance. Beckwith comes away with the basketball. Foul Mountain looking to run. Beckwith the trailer, one dribble, and now back out. Saw the 2-3 zone throughout the first half for Gilford. They're going to open the second half in the same look. Meanwhile, a drop down is going to free up Beckwith for the layup. Beckwith has been active. That's her first basket. The assist to Grillone, excuse me. And again, Gilford able to break the press. Now a banker is good. Tough angle. Plays it high off the window. Grace Scott, her first field goal. Fourth different Gilford player to score. Makes it 33-8. Around the horn, Jenna Fillion, one dribble, long two, back iron miss, kept alive by Thomas, who's been contributing with her third rebound. Pass deflected, or was it? No, turned over. Second Fall Mountain giveaway here of this third quarter. 100 seconds old. Hodgson avoids a double team of the bounce pass. Lewis hooks up with Maltese. Three-pointer no good from straight away. Ball batted around. It's loose. Tracked down on the wing by Hodgson. Second try perhaps coming. The 2-3 zone here. Grillone nearly the steal. Three-pointer Maltese. Too strong. Loose in the far corner. And now a whistle. They're ruling this here. It's Fall Mountain possession. Did not see the call. Nearly 2 minutes in, third quarter. The 25-point Fall Mountain halftime lead is still on the board. Ball movement again. Jarvis checks her options. Jenna Fillion, couple lefty dribbles. Right-hand shot around the rim and out. Good rebound for Maltese. But it's given away. Grillone with the steal. Now a three for Grillone is in the hole. Now Sophia Grillone is the first to double figures either way tonight. That three-pointer, her second, boosts her scoring total to now a game-high 12. 36-8. Largest Fall Mountain lead on the board as well. Meanwhile, Maltese, Hodgson, wraparound pass. Freshman gets it back, whips it to the corner. Watson splits defenders, leans in for two. Abigail Watson doubles her point total, the senior in her final game. We're going to keep Gilford in this one. Still a big mountain to climb. Fall Mountain out in front 36-10. Dribble drive cut off in the baseline, and then Beckwith, nice fake, frees herself up and scores again. All four of her points coming in early in this third quarter. There's the 1-2-1-1 again from the Wildcats. Hodgson trying to spin away. Grillone picks her pocket. Grillone leading a 2-on-1. It's hacked. Well, the arm chopped there. Grillone another steal. And now heading to the free throw line for the first time. Meanwhile, 15 Gilford turnovers. Most of them have been Fall Mountain steals, like the one we just saw a moment ago. Grillone, one of 8 seniors for Fall Mountain. The point guard has looked very good here today. Subs for Gilford. Scott and Maltese take a seat. Free throw no good. Rebounded by Jarvis, and then a jump ball in the lane. Possession arrow with the Wildcats. Fall Mountain led big after the first quarter, 22-2. Things evened out a little bit in that second quarter. Still a big halftime lead for the top seed, 31-6. And as we approach the midway point here in the third quarter, it's now 38-10. Grillone against a bigger defender, leans into the shot, can't hit it. Lewis has her 5th rebound, but is called for a travel in the backcourt. Fall Mountain fans appreciate the defense there. It's been a smothering effort all afternoon. Grillone, backdoor, too heavy for Jarvis and out of bounds. Right idea. 8 Fall Mountain turnovers, and now a timeout is called by Gilford. Midway through the third quarter, still a dominating lead for Fall Mountain, 38-10. Wildcats looking to cap off an undefeated season. With the state championship, they've come close over the years. I mentioned the loss to St. Thomas in last year's final. They were also runners-up back in 2021, 2020, 2019, and 2014. So they've been to this spot before, but have not gotten over the finish line. The program hoping to finish the deal, and they have led wire to wire here this afternoon. Still time, though, for Gilford to potentially turn it around. It's going to have to start sooner rather than later, though, and that's easier said than done against this 1-2-2 or 1-2-1-1 press. They'll break it here. The skip pass. Now the shot is blocked. It's followed up by Lucky Akerstrom. Akerstrom's putback attempt is too strong, and now the other way comes Grillone. Beckwith double team. Grillone helps her out. Drive and kick. This is Kelsey Fillion. 3-pointer no good. Back iron. Beckwith trying to battle. Comes up with it. And now a big foul here is going to send Beckwith to the free throw line. Hit the ground with a thud. Foul against Gilford's Akerstrom. Picks up her first, team second. Well, Riley Beckwith, big part of this squad, big part of the program, the 5'9" senior. Played well in the middle all season. Really starting to come alive in this third quarter. 5 points in the frame and in the game. Meanwhile, Watson, Gilford's top rebounder today, is going to take a seat. Beckwith's free throw is no good. Lewis back on the floor gets the rebound. Three and a half to go, third quarter. Largest lead on the board for Fall Mountain. Maltese, the Penelope just checked back in. Hodgson, the freshman. Drive cut off Maltese. Hodgson is fouled in the corner. Looked like the defender Jarvis may have stuck out the leg. The officials say a reach. Either way, it's the first on Jarvis. And just the first team foul as well. Subs for Fall Mountain. Coach Baird Torney going to the bench, and we hear a round of applause as both Jarvis and Kelsey Fillion sit. Well, Hodgson's inbounds pass is knocked aside and stolen by Jenna Fillion. Good defense there. Another takeaway for Fall Mountain as we head towards 3 minutes to play third quarter. Travel is called on the catch against Sierra King. Sierra getting her first minutes here in the third quarter. Did play well off the bench in the first half. In fact, Sierra and Emma King both scored in reserve for Fall Mountain. Shot there, no. Put back, yes. Akerstrom working hard on the glass, gets her field goal as a reward. Her first field goal. Makes it 39-12. Meanwhile, Gilford 6 points in the quarter, equaling their total from the first two quarters. Still 2:38 to go in the frame as well. Offense hoping to come back here for the Golden Eagles. Lewis tips the pass out of bounds. Good defensive effort. Golden Eagles still sitting at 2-3. That's been the look throughout the afternoon. Looking for a trap here out of it in the corner. Grillone throws it off the leg of one of the two defenders. Grillone is the high scorer this afternoon. Fall Mountain's point guard with 12 points. She'll whip it inbounds to Thomas. High post Beckwith. Outside, Grillone, eyes on the rim. Drops it back inside. There's the layup and the foul. A little two-player game there. Good spacing, great bounce pass. The assist to Grillone. Grillone to Beckwith, whose big third quarter continues. All 7 of her points since halftime. And a chance for one more for the right-handed senior. High archer is nothing but net. 42-12, a 30-point bulge for the first time, and that press is still there, and it's still producing turnovers. Thomas the takeaway, but then went back court. Good call by the official. Subs for Gilford. Akerstrom and Lewis sit. So the 5 in blue are Hodgson, Watson, who has the ball, along with Penelope, Scott, and Maltese. Here's another steal. Jarvis back into the game, but double dribbles in the backcourt. Another steal for Jarvis, who's been a defensive demon. But the travel in the backcourt is the 10th Fall Mountain turnover. 19 on the other side against Gilford. Just over 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Long inbound pass, nobody at the other end. It's thrown out of bounds. Coach Currier still encouraging Gilford to go hard defensively. Jarvis for 3. It's got the bench on their feet. Abby Jarvis, her first field goal since halftime, sharing now game-high honors with her teammate Grillone, each with 12 for Fall Mountain. Here's a foul. Hodgson and Beckwith collide. So Beckwith hit with just her first foul. And now 2 team fouls against Fall Mountain. So here is the freshman point guard, Addison Hodgson, who has played very hard here today, especially on defense, has handled the basketball on offense. Gets her name in the scorer's book there with the free throw. As Beckwith gets a well-deserved round of applause on the Fall Mountain side. The Wildcats center checks out after a big third quarter. Hodgson goes 2 for 2. Final 100 seconds, third quarter. High post Jarvis looking to shake off the defender with a pivot. King in the corner finds the other King. Three-pointer, no good from the wing. Kept alive by Thomas, another rebound. Thomas with 4 rebounds, 2 of those on the offensive end, including one just a moment ago. Final minute 15 here. Grillone puts it on the deck. Finds the shooter, it's Jarvis. High arcing 3, no good off the back iron. Batted out near side and tracked down by Gilford as Penelope gets to it. Maltese, Scott inside, Penelope swallowed up. Back out to the wing, nearly stolen by Thomas. Hodgson hooks back up, Penelope's open. Three-pointer is a line drive miss. Collected by Thomas off the back iron. 5th rebound for Thomas, who's going to draw a foul in the backcourt here. A reach in against Maltese, her 3rd. That also puts the Golden Eagles up against the foul limit with 14 fouls. 40 seconds to play third quarter. Somebody's open down low, and you bet Grillone finds King for the layup. Sierra King's first field goal off a terrific one-handed laser pass there from Grillone. 47-14. Final 20 seconds here, third quarter. Watson trying to weave through the defense with the dribble. It's poked away by King. Inside of 17 seconds to go in the frame. Hodgson for Watson. Back to the freshman. Thought about it. Instead picks up the dribble. Avoids a double team with a bounce pass. Maltese leans in. Shot comes up short. Rebound comes to Jarvis. Her 7th. Final seconds, third quarter. Up the floor to King, who was stripped away by Maltese, who touched it last. Out of bounds in less than a second here. Fall Mountain would need a tip near the rim. Most likely. Into the corner instead. Grillone for 3. No good, and that'll do it for the third quarter. The Fall Mountain lead continues to grow as the Wildcats march towards a championship. 47-14 after 3. You see the fans celebrating. Still 8 minutes to go, but a coronation perhaps in the works unless we can see a historic comeback from Gilford. Fourth quarter next. You are watching the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III State Championship game. Right here. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NHIAA Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Get ready to elevate your game. At New England Football Academy, they don't just train athletes, they build champions. They're closing the recruiting gap in New Hampshire and across New England with elite-level coaching that sharpens skills, strengthens mindset, and unleashes next-level performance. Based in Manchester, New England Football Academy offers one-on-one sessions, small groups, and full-team training, giving every athlete the tools to lead, compete, and dominate at every level. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit their Instagram at NEF Academy 603. Your journey to becoming elite starts now.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Keene, and listen to this crowd for Fall Mountain. Fired up as the girls look to deliver on an undefeated campaign. 16-0 during the regular season. They have not trailed today. Their lead has continued to grow, 22-2 after one, 31-6 at halftime, and now 47-14 to begin this fourth quarter here at the Owl's Nest at Keene State University. Nick Anastas with you. Glad you could join us in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire team. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Big rebound here as Lucy Akerstrom clears the deck, throws it the length of the floor before it's knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. It will stay with Gilford. The Gilford Golden Eagles. Well, the effort has not been in question. They've gone hard here throughout the basketball game. It just has not gone their way. The offense has been hard to come by as Hodgson launches a three. Too strong there from the wing. Weak side rebound to Jarvis. Jarvis, by the way, now with a game-high 8 rebounds to go with 12 points. It's been Jarvis, Grillone, and Jenna Fillion shouldering most of the offensive workload for Fall Mountain as this three from Jarvis ends up out of bounds. And now Coach Matt Baird-Torney going to come with some subs. Lydia Vogel is a 5'7" junior forward. Going to get her first playing time of the afternoon, replacing senior Sierra King. For Fall Mountain, this is the end of the road for 8 seniors who came up just short in this spot last year, losing in the championship round to St. Thomas. But the team clearly made it a mission to get back here and have done so very impressively. Double-digit wins throughout the tournament, blowout victory over White Mountain in the quarterfinal, 56-36. And then a 20-point win again over Prospect Mountain the other night in the semis. They built up a double-digit lead just minutes into this championship game and have grown that bulge ever since. And meanwhile, Jenna Fillion, after the steal, is headed to the free throw line, fouled by Emma Horton, one of 4 Gilford seniors. Still going hard here in the fourth quarter. That defense has been terrific. They have forced 21 Gilford turnovers, while the offense for Fall Mountain has committed just 10 of their own. Meanwhile, Jenna Fillion scored all 8 of her points in the first half. Misses the first free throw. Another round of applause as Kelsey Fillion, the senior, heads to the home sideline, getting some hugs on the bench. Jenna Fillion's free throw rattles out. Rebound collected off the bounce by the aforementioned Vogel, who just checked in. Long 2, up and in. Another bucket for Jarvis. 5 in the second half, a game-high 14 here in the ball game for Jarvis. Working on a double-double 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. 49-14, largest lead yet for the Wildcats. While Watson has held her own here for Gilford, is knocked down on the play and fouled. Watson 4 points, 5 rebounds, which are both game highs, or team highs rather. Meanwhile, Akerstrom going to check out. Scott back in to play the middle for Gilford. And a round of applause now for Jarvis. She gives a pound to the smiling head coach, Matt Baird-Torney. Her afternoon may be over. Jarvis again, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Those numbers are unofficial. Quick bucket for Gilford's Horton. Six different Gilford player to score. Meanwhile, an offensive rebound here off the miss. Sets up a 3 for Fillion, and then a foul on the putback by Vogel. By the way, Violet Colburn has just checked in for Fall Mountain. She's the one who pulled in the offensive rebound. Colburn is a 5'9" junior. And now Vogel, member of that class of 2027, the junior class that will look to carry the torch once this one is over. As I mentioned, just 3 juniors for Fall Mountain, 2 freshmen on this year's varsity roster. Vogel goes 1 for 2. 50-16 is our score 3 minutes into this fourth quarter. Reminder, the trophy presentation, the ceremony, comes your way immediately following the game. As Hodgson tries to hit a 3 here from the wing, it won't go. Good rebound by Emma King for Fall Mountain. And then coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern, we have the boys Division III championship between Gilford and Mascoma. That one's a rematch of 2023 and 1989. Some history between the two schools. So we'll have the boys D3 final coming up again at 4 o'clock right here on the NFHS network. Here's a steal. Lewis trying to lead the break, but runs into trouble in the paint. Good steal by Michaela Russell, the 3rd junior now on the floor for Fall Mountain. Bounce pass, and Vogel's layup won't go, and then it's blocked in the post. Good defensive effort by Penelope, who comes away with the loose ball for Gilford. Just past the midway point, fourth quarter. Hodgson, a blow-by move, count it, and the foul. Addison Hodgson, who I do not believe has come out of the game. The freshman may have gone the entire way so far. I don't recall her going to the sideline. Still working hard there, draws the foul against Colburn. Trying to complete the three-point play and does so with the free throw. 5 in the game now for Hodgson. It was a perfect 3 of 3 at the line. 50-19. Gilford looking to go down swinging. Some of the reserves here looking to stretch the lead for Fall Mountain. Jump shot there won't go for Fillion. Second try for Vogel is a 3 that won't work either. Now ultimately collected by Watson, who's fouled here near the sideline. Watson has played a lot of minutes today for the Golden Eagles as well. And she now has 6 rebounds. Lewis, who has 6 of her own. Going to check out here as Coach Currier continuing to shuffle the deck. These girls have not quit despite facing big margins this afternoon. Elbow J off target for Watson. Rebound for Colburn. And now slowed up in the backcourt by Jenna Fillion as we continue to grind through this fourth quarter inside of 3 minutes. Lefty 3. A little short there for Russell. Followed up by King. That won't go. And ultimately, the deck cleared by Penelope. Her 4th rebound for Gilford. Here's Penelope, the trailer. Looks up with Watson, trying to split the double team up top. Kicks, 3-pointer is off target for Maltese. And ultimately, again, the rebound collected by Emma King. Nearing the 2-minute mark. Fans can smell it. Fall Mountain undefeated during the regular season. After losing in the championship, what better storyline than to run the table? Kind of a revenge tour for this group. Fillion follows her own miss. Hooks up with King. Lefty jump shot, no. Rebound in the paint. Sends one player down. As Jenna Fillion is knocked down, but no foul is called. Round of applause as Jenna heads to the sideline. One of 8 seniors here, seeing her career end with a championship. Fillion unofficially today. Jenna with 8 points and 5 rebounds. Kelsey Fillion finished up unofficially with 2 points and 3 boards, but both were terrific, especially on defense. As we saw the 1-2-1-1 throughout most of the game. Layup for Maltese won't go. Another rebound for Colburn, but it's stolen in the backcourt. Leads to a quick shot that won't go. And now trying to find some space is Vogel, after collecting her 4th rebound. We get another foul. Hodgson guilty there, her 3rd foul. Final minute, 4th quarter. Into the game is Adela Ashworth, the 5'5" freshman, one of 2 on the varsity roster for Fall Mountain, getting her first minutes here in the 4th quarter. We also, of course, have a running clock with the margin over 30 at 50-19. Down to 30 seconds here. Reminder, trophy ceremony coming up. This Fall Mountain set to be crowned kings, or queens rather, in Division III. Watson, her 7th rebound off the miss. Watson the other way to the hole, is mugged near the iron with 15 to play. And now the clock will stop on a Gilford possession. So Watson been on the ground a few times today. Also calling it a career, one of 4 Gilford players. We'll see their career ends today. 4 seniors for Gilford, 8 for Fall Mountain, as I mentioned. 1 more for the right-hander, 2 for 2. 6 points, 7 boards. Not a bad stat line for Watson, but the day belongs to Fall Mountain. A round of applause for the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III champions, the Fall Mountain Wildcats. 8 seniors, 3 juniors, and 2 freshmen sharing the moment with their head coach, Matt Baird-Torney, and assistant coach, Trey Danzaro. An undefeated season, 19 wins in all, including 3 in this tournament. And they saved the best performance perhaps for last, 50-21, a wire-to-wire victory on Championship Saturday. As you can see, some of the emotions from the players spilling over along the Fall Mountain sideline. In defeat, Gilford. They see their 6-game win streak come to an end. Still a strong regular season record, 15-3. Tournament victories over Campbell, Hopkinton, and Monadnock. But they are runners-up this afternoon after a great season. A lot of accomplishments there for Gilford as the program gets back into the championship round for the first time in over a decade. Now, some of the staff members of the NHIAA, some of the staff members here at Keene State, down on the floor right now with the hardware, the trophies, the medals. As you see the table being set up at midcourt here at the Owl's Nest. The runner-up medals will go to Gilford first. The championship nets are set to be cut down, and the state championship trophy is going to go to the Fall Mountain Wildcats. Well, as I mentioned, a wire-to-wire win, and this one got out of hand quickly. 22-2 was our score after the first quarter. 9 points in the quarter for Fall Mountain point guard Sophia Grillone. Finished up today with 12 points to go with 7 rebounds. That 1-2-1-1 press was very formidable. And in the end, they forced 22 Gilford turnovers. Our halftime score was 31-6. And then more of the same in that third quarter. Abby Jarvis had a big second half and a big game overall, as I mentioned, 14 points and 8 rebounds. Meanwhile, Gilford head coach Scott Currier on the floor here and handing out the runner-up medal. Emma Horton, one of 4 seniors, came off the bench, scored 2 points today, trying to keep her team in it. Kiera Walker, been a big part of the program this year. Only a freshman, bright future. Sky Maltese, one of the 4 seniors saying goodbye. Gave a good effort, played a lot of minutes today. We'll see Catherine Taylor next year for Gilford. 5'4" junior guard. And how about Addison Hodgson? Really battled today. I believe played all 32 minutes, went hard. Handled the ball a lot, had a few steals, finished with 5 points. Going to be a big part of the program moving forward.
Number 11, Flanders Penelope.
Flanders Penelope competed on the window today. 5'7" freshman, one of 5 freshmen for Gilford on the roster. Jerem Lamani, 5'7" senior, ending her career today with a runner-up medal. Nora Kate Smith, 5'6" junior forward. Should be back next year as well. Grace Scott, member of that front line, 5'9" junior. Scored a basket today. Penelope Lewis, 6 rebounds. Competed hard today. Again, a 5'9" freshman.
Number 24,
Lucy Ackerson is the lone sophomore. 2 points, 3 rebounds in a reserve role today. There's Taylor Marsh, 5'8" freshman. And of course, Abigail Watson, who left it all on the floor today. 6 points, team high 7 rebounds. She's going to hold her head up high, as she should, walking off the floor. Tremendous season for Gilford overall. And I'm sure they'll be back in the thick of things later this season, or later next season. And there are the co-captains. Going to get the runner-up plaque from the NHIAA committee.
Congratulations to the Gilford Gold team on a great season.
And the Gilford fans made the drive from the lake,
And now, with the
offering up their support.
please come forward to hand
All right, there's Fall Mountain, the champs. Head coach Matt Baird-Torney. Assistant coach Dre Danzero.
number 1, Jenna Fillion.
Jenna Fillion, all 8 of her points came in the first half. A couple of big threes early on in the important opening minutes.
Number 3,
Also finished with 5 rebounds. There's Kelsey Fillion. Both are seniors saying goodbye. A lot of valuable minutes throughout the tournament from Kelsey.
Number 4, Michaela Russell.
Michaela Russell. Saw her at the end of the game. We'll see her next year, just a junior.
Number 5, Adela Ashworth.
And I mentioned earlier, 2 freshmen on the roster. Here's one of them, Adela Ashworth. Got into the game in the final minute to help close it out. There's Riley Beckwith. A loud ovation there. All 8 of her points scored in the second half. Controlled things in the paint throughout the season. There's Stella Gurlone, the other freshman.
Number 14, Lydia Vogel.
Lydia Vogel, 5'7" junior. Pulled in 4 boards in about 4 minutes there in the last quarter of action. Also scored a point at the free throw line.
Abby Jarvis.
There's Jarvis, 14, a game high, 8 rebounds, a game high. I believe 3 steals as well.
20, Emma
And
King.
grinning ear to ear after getting the gold medal. Emma King, the member of this senior class.
Number 21, Violet Colbert.
Good game on defense and on the window, as did Violet Colburn. 4 rebounds all in that fourth quarter. 5'9" junior slated to return.
Number 22, Sophia.
And here's the star point guard, Sophia Gurlone, set the tone in that opening quarter. 9 of her 12 came in the first quarter. Also had 7 rebounds and several steals. Aubrey Thomas, handful of rebounds today.
And number 25, Sierra.
And the final player is Sierra King, who had 3 points off the bench. So there they are, the 2026 Fall Mountain Wildcats, your NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III state champions.
Congratulations to
50-21, our final score. And congratulations again to Gilford as the runners-up in this year's tournament. But the wire-to-wire victory belonged to Fall Mountain. I want to thank Abe and his staff here at Keene State, Jeff and the folks over at the NHIAA, and of course our crew here, which includes John Barron and Matt Beals. But we are not going anywhere. Coming up in about 90 minutes or so, it's the boys Division III state championship game between Gilford and Mascoma Valley. We'll be on the air shortly before 4 o'clock Eastern to get you ready for that one. I'm Nick Anastas saying so long for our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios, and the rest of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire family, which includes executive producer Steve Beals. Final score, final time. Fall Mountain 50, Gilford 21. This has been a presentation of the 2026 NHIAA Girls Basketball Division III State Championship game here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, broadcasted in conjunction with the NFHS Network.